Let's find out who you're about to play, because our last quarter-final is going to bring back memories of a very significant event for both players. It's a repeat of the 1997 Crucible World Championship final, because Ken Doherty prompted a massive rise in sales of alcohol throughout Ireland when he managed to end the 5-year unbeaten run of Stephen Hendry at the World Championship, and Ken was the world champion himself.
What a moment in the career of Ken Doherty. It's difficult to describe how Ken Doherty's feeling inside at the moment. It's just unbelievable.
There's no better feeling in the world. So Ken Doherty thoroughly deserves this Embassy World Championship title.
And it's amazing to think that almost a decade on, Stephen Hendry's just returned to the top of the world rankings, and Ken Doherty is the world #2. Amazing longevity of these players. Right, in we go to this quarter-final then. Hendry leading by a point. Stephen Dennis on duty again.
Shot that was. First chance to Ken Doherty, and with the balls open, it is a realistic chance.
Yeah, Ken Doherty just a few weeks ago in the Northern Ireland Trophy lost in the quarter-final to Ding Junhui. Ronnie O'Sullivan in the final, and remarkable young Chinese player. Only 18 years of age. There's going to be a lot more coming from that part of the world, Steve. You've played in China on a number of occasions.
Yes, they'll be queuing up to come over here to play. It's just a pity that perhaps there's a little less sponsorship than we hoped over in China.
13.
That they didn't take the game to their hearts a bit quicker, but you never know. One day, World Championship being held over there.
14.
Could be. This is very nicely done to get the black into
21.
Open play into both pockets as quick as possible. He's only a couple of balls away from doing that, but he may have come just a bit wrong on this red. He'd have liked to have been a bit lower, so he could have stunned the cue ball. And now having to play a much more difficult positional shot and pot.
Yeah, the problem with the black and the red that he was looking at, the black's only available into one corner pocket at the moment.
22.
Nicely played. He's got a perfect angle on the blue, but he's still got to be pretty precise now with the next positional shot. He'd like to get the red to the right of the black, but he's got other choices available. He's gone a bit too far on it. Can he still pot it?
27.
Yep. One to the right. May have to go up for the blue though.
.28.
We are seeing an excellent standard of one-frame snooker here today so far, and it's not just to do with the fact that the reds open up quicker these days on thinner cloths. General standard of play and break building much higher than it was back in those early days of pot black.
Yeah, plus the fact back then that was the only time you ever played on television was to get a one-frame
33.
match, so you were petrified out there. They're so comfortable
34.
in front of the TV cameras, these players. It's second nature to them. Not second nature to play in a venue like this. Beautiful room here at the RAC Club. That carpet, Steve, if you played a bad shot, you could stamp
41.
your cue down and nobody would hear it on there. It's quite thick, couldn't you?
Oh, that fireplace
42.
is actually bigger than the house that Ken grew up in.
And the one I grew up in as well. I remember my dad knocking 2 rooms into one. You know, we had the highest ceiling in our
49.
street.
.50.
Anyway, what a great break.
Oh, it's different now.
55. .56.
Well, that was a lot more difficult shot than it looked. Stun run through, one of the most difficult shots in the game to play, and didn't he make that look easy?
He's not even played position then.
63.
Well, Stephen Hendry has done nothing wrong in this match.
64.
He's about to be bundled out by a slice of brilliance from the Irishman.
And one good positional shot here. And he's played it pretty well. 63 the difference. There's only a possible 59
67.
on the table. It's a long way to come from Octorada for one frame, but that's the case. But as
68.
you mentioned, Steve, he hasn't done anything wrong, Stephen Hendry. Can't do anything about this.
Yes, and it's a long, long way to go back as well.
.75.
That's it, definitely all over now.
76.
Yes, and wouldn't it be great to see a century break? Still a very rare occurrence in a one-frame tournament.
82.